think I love you, but I wanna know for sure. Come here, baby, let me hold you. I do, I love you. Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to the lesson. Ultimate beginner's lesson here. 3 chords, A, D and E for the Wild Things by the Troggs. A great riff to learn and have a bit of a bash at. Singing lesson not included, obviously. So we're going to go through, we're going to start with the A major chord. Okay, and it basically moves from A to a D. Little open string thing now, I'll talk about in a minute. E and back to the D. So that's your basic kind of. Okay, now we'll talk a little bit more about the timing. Obviously your chord changes need to be fairly swift here in order to be able to get get through it. So we'll start with the A. So we're going to go play A on 1, 2. Okay, so that's beats 1, 2, 2 down strokes with the right hand. So that's 1, 2 and 3, and then on the end of 3 and beat 4, you're going to play a D. Now on the end of 4, you're going to play open strings. Okay, so we've got A, D, and. Okay, so I'll put that in time. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now what I'm doing here is playing 3 open strings, because from the sounds of it, that's what's going on. The record quite often with things like this, that will just be in there, not necessarily on purpose, just because it gives the guitarist a little bit more time to get to the E chord. So we're going D, open strings, and then we're into the E major chord there. So that we're going A, and that D, open strings, straight to E. Now the good news is the cycle then continues from the E. We're going to play 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, and then back to the A. Okay, so we're going A, and so 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and E. Then back to the D and 4 and A and B and 4 and. Okay, so I'll go through that slowly one more time just so you're clear on what's going on. So we're going from A, we're going to 1, 2 and 3. Okay, change to the D for 2 strums. And 4, then a third strum as open strings. Alright, so it's A, 2 strums, 3, D, 3 open strings, okay, over to the E major to give you a chance to get to the E major, 2 strums on the E major, and then back to the D. 2 strums on the D with the open string. So it's the same pattern, just repeated again, alright? So do that slowly. A, D, okay. Now the only little alteration they sometimes put in is going A, so that's all as normal. But then we go. Okay, so instead when we hit the E, we get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so it just means you're strumming 1 and 2 and 4 times on the E. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So you've just got a little bit less time to change. From the E to the D, so I'll put that together. So it's just a variation. It happens kind of, it's a bit loose really, to be honest. It's kind of every other time, but you can just chuck it in whenever you feel like it really. So it's A, and so 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so that's just the kind of cycle that goes through there. So that's your kind of main verse section pretty much throughout the whole song. Obviously the only other bit we've got in there is when we go okay, with the stops in the middle of the song. So what was going on here, again, we're making use of the open strings, which is handy. I'm playing 3 open strings, playing 4th, 3rd and 2nd strings at the same time. Then I'm coming on with the A chord, so you're going to need to get used to playing off, on. So you've got to actually apply quite a lot of pressure there to get that coming on like that, okay? So just practice going 3 strings. And as opposed to your normal A, we're not hitting the bass string there. We just, okay, apart from on the last one. So we would go open strings, A chord, open strings. Then on the last one, you're going to hit the whole A major chord from this 5th string, all right? Okay, and let it ring. So da da da. Okay, and it's a bit open. That happens 4 times. Okay, so that is actually coming on. I'm going to glue those 2 bits together. So if I come from the main riff, then from the E you go straight into the open string. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then we're gonna go back in. Okay, that's basically it, guys. Those are your 2 main parts, which repeat throughout the song. Try and use your ears a little bit when you're listening to the song. Try and recognise which part you're in, and see if you can get kind of connecting the chords as you've learned them. Be really careful with the rhythm. All right, it's a really important part of it. Obviously, try and make sure you're counting right through, and also using your open strings there, so that those open strings are kind of put in without even thinking about it, I think, just so it makes those chord changes that little bit easier. So bear that in mind and see if you can get through with those chord changes and put it together. That's it really, guys. It's a great beginner song to learn. Have a little go at it and let me know how you get on, and there'll be plenty more to come.